What up, though? I am Jay the Gentleman. That's at JAI, the Gentleman on IG. And this is a new episode of Dear Black Gay Men Live. It is our short, bullshit free step out of our comfort zone to talk about everything important in black gay culture. It's the only party in Atlanta that is for the culture, meaning the girls. It's no phones allowed. The dress code is completely new, but it's not a sex party. I would know because I have been there. You can judge me later. We're talking to the creator, who is a self-professed soft top CEO, in an episode that we are calling Flesh ATL Explained. Now, let's get into the episode. We talked to his business partner, Mr. Sinsored, on a previous episode of Dear Black Gay Men Live, and now we're talking to Be Intimidated on Twitter. I call him a thirst trap. He's one of the founders of Flesh ATL, which is an all-nude club night here in the city. Please welcome the soft top CEO, who we like to call Tim. Hey, Tim.
Hello, Jay.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. How is life treating you? We just got done talking about how you're bi-coastal. So how's life?
Life is good. I can't complain. Taking it day at a time. I got a few days off. I don't work again until Tuesday. So I'm just enjoying life right now.
That's amazing. I love that. We'll talk about why you're enjoying life so good a little later in the show. But at the top of every show, I like to ask one very simple question to all of our guests to where we can get a pulse of it. It came up in the DMs a long time ago and it kind of just stuck. But what have you had it with in black gay culture?
What I've had with in black gay culture today is it's kind of like two things, but they kind of mend together. So the first one would be the mean girls. I've had enough of everybody want to be mean, so exclusive. They want to be like Regina George and better than everybody. I had enough of that. And then I've had enough of judgment.
But wait. You can't glance over that one now. Hey, but you could be considered one of the mean girls. Are you trying to make fetch happen, Gretchen?
I am not mean.
You think I'm mean? I don't know you, but I'm just saying you could be one of the cute girls. You the thirst trap.
No, I'm very welcoming and opening. I talk to everybody. I try to stand up for people who don't stand up for themselves and just get walked over. So I don't see myself as like girls. I may be like kind of like more notarized or popular or whatever, but I'm definitely welcoming to anybody, and not the people who look down on other people, who don't look like me or have a different body type or something like that. I try to encourage everybody to be themselves. So,
do you have a resting bitch face?
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying you could be. People could think you one of the mean girls.
Only when those girls are doing stuff that they not should be doing.
Like what?
Like, okay, so I'll be, let's say if we at a bar, blah, 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 and I see, and I'm sitting next to some people, right, and they talking about some other people in a bad way that's like over across the room, and I'll be like,
so you gonna give them the stank face?
Like, yeah, because them people ain't bothering you.
I mean, but there are some people in our culture who don't have anything better to talk about than other people.
Yeah, for sure. And those people get on my nerves. I've been because I've been out since I was 15. I just turned 34. So
happy birthday. Oh yeah, we both Virgos. Yeah. Virgo Nation. My birthday is on Monday, so I'm very excited about that. 34, that's a great year. It was a great year for me. I hope it's a great year for you. But you were saying you just turned 34. Did you ask how old am I?
Yes.
I'll be 38. I'm very proud of my years. I'm very proud of them.
32, 33.
It's because my daddy's African.
You look good.
They say good black don't crack unless you do it.
You look good.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So you want to know what I've had it with? No one ever asked me that. That's the funny thing. Nobody ever asked me, what have you had it with?
What have you had it with?
I've had it with a couple things, but the one thing that I will tell you is I have had it with the mask for mask girls. Because one thing that I know is that when you get into, thank you, I got comments coming. But when you get into like a dating situation, which I understand that you were in, masculinity is not as big a deal as a lot of people would have. Well, a lot of people make it seem. I don't care about how deep your voice is anymore. I don't care about how big your clothes are. I really don't even care about your labels. Like, whisper in my ear and suck my toes when you fucking me. Like, those are the things that matter to me.
Yeah.
And as long as you got a tongue to suck, I'm all right.
Yeah. I agree.
One question that has come up for you specifically, though, is what is a soft top?
A soft top is somebody, and a lot of people get this misconception of what a soft top is, and I see it all the time on Twitter, and I'm just like, oh my God. They think that it is somebody who wears feminine clothes but they're top, and that's absolutely not what it is. Okay, so just say a soft top would be me, of course, but it's somebody who's nurturing, caring, soft-spoken, a listener, basically just a nurturer for other people, which is who I am. But in the bedroom, you're a totally different person, very dominant, very controlling, very aggressive.
Are you one of them don't touch my ass kind of tops?
No, I used to be, but I'm not more.
Okay. And so why is being nurturing and compassionate soft? Why can't that just be being a person?
It is. Honestly, it is, right? But when I first started it, I didn't take it literally. I just thought it was a fun term. I didn't think it was going to take off or to become the big old thing that it became. So I really don't take it serious. I don't think that none of the traits cannot come from something else. I just said, oh, soft top, boom, and I just went with it from there. So you're right. It could be other things, but I just specifically used it for that, just for the hell of it.
Do you like being dominated?
No.
Mm-mm. Why not?
It's just not my thing. I've tried it before, and I didn't like it.
What do you mean when you say you tried down? Like, what did you try? What about being dominated have you experienced?
I've tried bottoming before. I've tried.
But being dominated and being a bottom are not the same. You could be with a very dominant bottom.
I wouldn't finish.
Oh, my bad.
I've been tried. I've been tied up. I've been handcuffed. I've been able to be at the mercy of somebody else. And the whole experience for me just didn't get me up.
Have you ever been choked a little bit?
Yeah.
That's a version of being dominated.
I don't like it.
You don't like being choked a little
bit? I lose breath a little bit. I can't breathe. I don't like it.
That's the whole point.
I don't like it.
So what do you like then? How do you express dominance though, since you say you're dominant in the bedroom?
Oh no, I like to do the stuff. I just don't like it done to me.
So do you like to choke somebody a little bit?
I like to choke. I like to pull hair. I like, do all that.
Huh.
But I don't like it. I don't like it done to me.
Huh. That's so interesting. There are a couple comments. Chiago says, where the Dom Bottoms at? I'm very curious. Where are the dominant bottoms at?
Check in. Go to Atlanta. If you're in Atlanta, they everywhere. They at the gym.
Are they though?
Yeah.
Are they though?
From my experience.
Okay. Then this comment says soft top equals feminine top, blouse equals feminine plus top, hair, nails, makeup to me. Kev said that. What is your response to that, Tim?
Yeah, that's his definition and he's entitled to it. But as you can see, I'm a soft top and I'm none of those things that he listed.
Do you think that is soft top like an identity to you? Like, does that being his norm affect you? Do you have an opinion about it?
No, honestly, it was just really fun for me. Like the whole term was like fun. I didn't think it was going to take off or people would take it literally or think that only, soft tops can be, because there are some what they call masculine tops that are nurturing and caring and all that stuff. And I know same thing for any position. I just thought it was going to be some fun. I didn't really think that it would have ever come down to being a literal term that people use every day. But it did. But I always tell people to just have fun with it. Like it's not serious.
I think I think it. So people have called me a soft top because I would bottom, but I just haven't in a long time. And
Long time.
it's always so interesting to me when the people get offended by like terms like soft top, or and even as I say soft top, I do a little shoulder shrug, like a little moment. Soft top, because I mean, I don't mind being dominated. That's my soft top, but I'm a switch as well. And that's a whole different conversation. Amari says down bottom here. Shout out to you, Amari.
Shout out to you, Amari.
One question is, Chiago says, why is being top and bottom and identity at all and not just bedroom choice? What do you say to that, Tim?
I don't think it's identity. Like I said, it's not my identity. Like I know when people think of soft top, they think of me and whatever. I never intended on that to be my identity. Like I said, it was just something that was fun that I played off some words. And what you want to do in the bedroom is your business. Because we'll get to that later. But I say I'm a soft top, but who that might change. You know what I'm saying? So that's not my identity. It was just something that I ran with to have fun, and it just blew up.
Okay. I hear that. Let's take a break. That's a perfect place to take a break. If you are watching us, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. If you're watching on your TV, even hit the thumbs up. When we come back, we're going to find out why our soft top CEO wants the folks to be running around naked in the clubs. Not in the club, in his event. This is Soft Top. This is Flesh ATL explained. We'll be right back. I think I lead a pretty normal life. I'm a podcaster and a content creator. I'm pursuing my passions. So many of us, Black gay people, either live with a reality or a fear of HIV. Any movement toward a future where HIV is less of a part of who we are, I don't know that I can think of anything more impactful to our culture. Hit the notification bell because we're going live.
Like that's the least of my worries. The size.
Oh, I think relationships are becoming more complex.
Tuesday and Thursday every week.
Welcome to Dear Black Gay Men Live
at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Welcome back to Dear Black Gay Men Live. Remember to join us for the after party on Patreon at 8:45 Eastern. We're going to be asking more of your questions to our Soft Top CEO in the after party. You can click the link in the description and I will see you there. So before the break, Tim, we asked you what you have had it with in Black gay culture. And now we're going to dive deeper into what you want to normalize in gay culture. So are you a nudist?
I am not. However, I am intrigued by it and I'm interested and I'm learning as we go by this Flesh ATL experience.
So when you say you are not a nudist, what do you understand the term nudist to mean?
The term nudist is somebody that's comfortable in being in the nude around other people. And it's just something that comes to them natural. It's not something that comes to me natural. It's something I have to work myself up to get ready to. However, as time goes by, I'm getting more comfortable and I'm feeling more like a nudist, but I wouldn't say I'm there yet.
Okay, I'm very intrigued by that. So now that you are becoming more comfortable being nude, clearly, because I'm assuming that you attend Flesh ATL because it's your business. So if you are becoming more comfortable, are there other realizations or what does that comfort look like to you? Is it just you are already standing next to somebody at the urinal, or what does that mean?
Repeat the question for me.
Like now that you're being more comfortable, what does that mean? What does comfort look like? How does that express itself in your life?
So I'm being more comfortable now because my fear was already of always being judged by other people. Because a lot of us are not comfortable with, let's say, can I curse on here?
Yes, you can.
A lot of us are not comfortable with your dicks being soft around other people. People
dick ain't no cuss word.
Oh, okay. Well, people don't, not comfortable. And I haven't always been comfortable with it because I'm a grower, right? So I've always been comfortable. But when I see other people around me, the same thing, they become growers or whatever, I'll be like, okay, cool. You know, it is what it is. This is the community. This is what nudists do. And so I'm like, okay, cool. So as I've been going by, like, we about to have our 6th one now, which is 6 months in, and I'm way more comfortable than I was. I would say for the first Flesh ATL, I carried a towel around, like a small towel. I was like, but I'm like, child, come on, I gotta work. So I ain't worried about a towel.
And is that shame? Is it shame that you're talking about?
Yeah.
Where do you think that shame came from?
I mean, because I'm somebody of a certain caliber who have a lot of people. I don't want people posting on social media about me after Flesh and running around saying, "Oh, I saw the soft top CEO, his thing small," or blah 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 blah. When it's not the case, you know, I'm a grower, so give me some time. So that's where it came in for me. If I didn't have to, if I was low key and people didn't know who I was, I wouldn't care. But I don't want that message to go out there like that. You know what I mean?
That you got a little dick.
Yeah, when I don't. If it was true, I wouldn't be mad, but it ain't true.
But why is that even a thing? Your dick is your dick. You can't change it.
Yeah.
I mean, you could if you really tried. But why is anybody's opinion about your dick a thing?
I mean, that's the struggles we deal with everyday life. You know, we always worry about what others think about us as much as we don't want to. It's just always like you can get 20 good compliments, but it'd be that one bad one that you got that lingers in your head the most. And that's just human for me and how I feel. I know you're a Virgo too. So we pick apart the most pettiest and littlest thing before we accept the good things that came along.
I hear that. Okay. This comment set from Kevy Kev says, in really cold room, most males are growers. Now, I will tell you all this one thing for those who are thinking about going to Flesh. Ain't nothing cold about that building. It is warm. I'll just say warm.
Mm-hmm.
Warm.
But this is our last month there, so we won't be back there.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about location soon. But now the interesting thing about Flesh and events like it for me is that going to those events, it literally helps me overcome shame. Like, I don't have any shame about being naked now because of events like Flesh. Yeah. You don't have that experience? Like, is that what you're growing toward?
That's where I'm at now. Now I'm way more comfortable than I was from the first one 6 months ago to where I am now. Like I told you, I had a towel and I was like, "Ooh, excuse me," but now I'm like, "Hey y'all," and I and you know.
So for anybody who follows you, they know that you have just recently gone official with your relationship. We won't talk about who you're dating. They can go follow you on the socials to figure that out. But has having a man changed any of that?
No, I actually invited him into the space. With our relationship, I wanted us to be in a space that we can always trust each other in these type of environments. So in order, like the last one he wasn't at, but I've put him on the team. So now he works the door. The two prior to, he's worked the front door. He is a nudist. My boyfriend is a nudist. I'm not. Well, I'm getting there. But so yeah, it hasn't changed anything in our relationship.
You keep saying you're getting there. Where is the there you think you're getting?
I think I need a little bit more time to be 100%. I'm about 85% there. I'm so curious. What does that look like? Because it's like you either naked or you're not, ain't it? Yeah, I mean, you can be naked or not naked, and you can still, like, I have to be naked because that's my job. Like, I don't have a choice.
Yeah.
You know? So it doesn't mean that I'm always 100% comfortable, especially like, if my boyfriend's not around, then, you got people that are extra touchy-feely that, I tend to go into a shell at that point, right? But I haven't, and then of course I'm a nice guy, so I don't have a lot of times I don't be like aggressive enough to tell people, hey, don't, blah, blah. So yeah. I feel once I accomplish all of that, then I'll be 100% secure in who I am as a nudist.
Okay. This comment says dick size is tied to men's masculinity, especially tops. In the first segment, we were talking about how you do identify as a top. Do you feel that there's validity to this comment from Pop Culture Guru?
Dick size is tied to masculinity, especially tops. I wouldn't think so. I think because I know a lot of big dick bottoms, and I love it.
My experience is that a butch queen got the biggest dick in the room.
Hello?
Like somebody out there voguing, doing the splits with just a little lip gloss, they dick is probably down to their ankles.
Yes, absolutely.
They gotta roll her up and put it away.
That skirt and tuck it away.
Like I went to another event that we won't call, but it was a costume, a themed event, and the boys walking around in the skirts. My best friend, who is a bottom, he has said that many times on the show, but he said them was the biggest dicks in the room, and I said, I know, butch queen voguing is real big dick energy to me.
Oh yeah, they call them twisters.
Twisters. So now that since you are not a nudist, what made you get into this business?
Actually, the whole thing was Legend's idea, to be honest.
Who is Legend?
Legend is the CEO of Flesh ATL, Mr. Sinsored.
Mr. Censored. That's what we know him as. But go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Censored. It was his idea. We met through a mutual friend one night. Me and my friend went out to dinner. He said, "Oh, my other friend's coming." And I was like, "Okay, cool." So I met him, and then we talked the whole night at dinner, drinks, whatever. He was like, "I have a business proposal that I want to propose to you. I think you'll be perfect for it." I believe he knew me from social media, and so we talked about it. And I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." Like, I don't see, because I think he saw, thought that I could bring people out, because I do events, and I've done events in the past, and I've brought a lot of people out. So he was like, "I believe like we can make a good team," and we've made a great team.
I'm so curious about the business conversation that was going on in your head. You are not a nudist throwing a nudist event. Like, how did that reconcile for you individually?
Well, I believe, even though I'm not a nudist, people call me the thirst trap flight attendant, right? So I
have called you the thirst trap flight attendant.
Yeah. So a lot of people think that my following is based off of that, right? So they figured that if we take it one step further, then I could bring in people to that environment.
So but you're not posing nude on the internet. The reason why it's so curious to me is because Mr. Censor, who has been on this show, is very, very, very open about his body, about his nudist journey, so on and so forth. His dick all over the internet, at the loyal fan sites and the OnlyFans and all of that. And you, notable, but you seem like the still thirst trappy, but like the opposite of that.
Right. And that's what ties into the high flesh shells, because if you want to see it, you got to come.
Oh, you're the unique selling point. It's funny because y'all can't see Aaron. Aaron is my teammate who's back, but he is literally nodding in agreement in the background. Like, that is some good shit. Yeah. I can see him, but y'all can't see him. So then what let's just talk about the vibe for a moment, because we only got a minute left in this segment. But what is the vibe that you'd like people to experience at Flesh?
The vibe that I want people to experience at Flesh is being okay with being nude, with being free. It's literally the same journey that I'm on, that I'm learning, is what I want the people who don't know about being a nudist to learn. Legend is already a nudist. I'm learning to be a nudist. So I think we make a perfect pair, because we can see it from both angles. So it's okay. Because we don't have spaces like this for Black people. If you look into all other races, they have nude yogas, they have nude brunches, and it's normal, right? But for somehow we haven't been allowed to have that in Black spaces without being judged. So we got to the point where we were like, because I was scared to post the flyers. I was like, "Oh, people gonna judge me for this." But at the point, it was like, okay, whatever. I don't care what people think. So
you own the business. You in it now. We out here now.
So it's just a place where you can come and be free. No judgment zone. where you can, just be exhilarated and live your life to the best of your ability at that moment.
Okay, so now that Tim has talked a little bit about that, let's take a break. Let's get ready to go to break. Remember, everybody, make sure you're giving this video a thumbs up, like it on YouTube, because that's going to help us beat the algorithm. But when we come back, Tim is going to spill the tea on Flesh ATL and answer some of our nosy ass question. This is Flesh ATL Explained. We'll be right back.
What up, though? The conversations stay lit on Dear Black Gay Men podcast. Hookup, entanglement, situation, relationship, everything from dushing to dating.
A top verb, but I am not a top noun. I am a guru at first dates.
It's new every Wednesday. Subscribe now.
Hey teammates, the easiest way to support Dear Black Gay Men is to subscribe on YouTube. Turn on the notifications so you never miss a thing, a post or a live show. And if you really love us, you can send thanks of any monetary value. Your support allows us to keep this kind of content coming every week. On YouTube, under this live or any of our content, you can click Send Thanks, select a monetary value, and click Buy and Send. Your one-time gift goes straight to the channel and helps us keep the conversation going. You can also join our Patreon. The link is in the description. As a monthly subscriber, you can join the after party that happens after our live show and get exclusive content, early access to merch like this hat that I'm wearing, events, and so much more. I am very excited about all the things that are happening here. Y'all know we just got back from DC, and that was a thing that we'll talk about later when I'm having a conversation with Aaron. But for right now, let's get back into the show. Tim.
Hey.
Okay, so I'm very curious, and this question came up in the research. Is Flesh just a sex party?
It's not. I ask people when they ask me that, we've all been to sex parties. So what kind of sex party has a live DJ? What sex party does have a dance floor? What sex party do have an active bar where you can buy drinks at? I have never experienced it. And I've been to a lot of sex parties. And we're at the part now at Flesh where we don't open the dark rooms until 1:30.
But the fact that there is a dark room, I understand what you're saying, but the girls are coming for the sex. So why not just call it a sex party with a dance floor?
Because it's just not that. That's not the vision that we have. We really don't want to be quite honest, we really don't want to have the dark rooms at all. However, we know what the consumers want, and we have to go off what they want in order for our business to be successful.
So if there was no dark room, what would be the vibe at Flesh? It would legitimately just be but it would be a club with no clothes. That's the ultimate goal.
Yes, yeah, that's our goal. And to be honest, we have our first Flesh Day party coming up. There will be no dark rooms there. It'll be set up like it is now, but upstairs will be a hookah room. It'll be a hookah. We'll have hookah, and then on the other side we'll have light bites and food and stuff. So there won't be any sex in our day parties that are coming up.
What kind of food? Because my best friend would be like, "You gonna have some top food there? You gonna have like baked beans and ribs? Make sure the girls ain't up there. Make sure the girls don't feel a little frisky."
No, we're gonna do like wings, tenders,
corn.
Rolls. No, we do no damn corn in there.
I'm just saying, you get a whole bunch of black men, beautiful black men, naked in a room,
fruit, cheese,
with some cocktails.
With cocktails.
Okay, I hear that. So Flesh has a day party coming up. That is very exciting. The question that always comes up though, because the girls will have sex anywhere. I am one of the girls. The girls are me. And so why do you think our culture keeping ourselves over sexualized?
Why do I think our culture is keeping ourselves over?
No, not why, but do you think we keep us being over sexualized? Do black men, given the fact that Flesh is a club with a dance floor and the girls still want the sex, are we the problem?
Yeah, I think we are. I've always been told that sex is a natural high. So people are always seeking that natural high.
Okay.
That's what I feel, right? So I believe that people can come to Flesh and have a good time. They can dance, they can drink at the bar, they can talk, mix and mingle, but they don't get that satisfaction until they get in that sexual high.
Okay. So to that end, there's a question in the comments. It says, so if sex is not the goal, then what is the goal of the event? What is the mission of Flesh ATL?
It's to exactly what I'm learning to be is to be comfortable in my body, to be comfortable being nude and accept who I am. Like you said earlier, and you was like, okay, if it even if it is small, why does it matter to nobody else, right? And which is a great point, right? Because I need to get to that point in my life with myself, so where I feel like I can be nude and have small at that moment and not even worry about what other people say. That's the point for me, and that's where I'm growing to. That's why I say I'm almost there, but I'm not quite there yet, and that's what I want other people to take away from it.
The interesting thing about all of that is I'm thinking about Mr. Sinsored in the conversation we had. And in the conversation, he said that he felt like he had a small dick. And I know from my research what his dick looked like, and it ain't small. But he was like, for the longest, I felt like I had a small dick. And I'm like, could that be you? Could that be like black people body dysmorphia? Where you have a very normal or a big dick and you think of it as small because, a breeze blew by or for whatever reason.
Or you see somebody else that's way bigger and you be like, oh shit.
Because black people got big ass dicks. That comes with the culture.
Yeah. Yeah.
But just because yours isn't, 15 inches doesn't mean it's small. Could that be in your head?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, if you standing with a group of people, you know what I'm saying, and everybody's shit is long on soft and then yours is not, you're gonna feel away.
But big, see, the reason why I got over it, because I learned very quickly, big and good are different.
Right, exactly.
They can be the same, but they ain't always.
Right. You're right, because there's some big ones that don't know what to do with it, or they can't stay hard.
I could have a whole bunch of conversations about that. There's one more question that says, I'm a little confused. Shouldn't you be stressing or reinforcing boundaries and consent before someone even enters the nudist space? Why is anyone touching you without your permission? So talk to us about consent at Flesh.
We do, if you're following Flesh ATL, we do post about consent. And we always say no means no, and you should ask somebody. And that's what we want to happen realistically. But however, when people are under the influence, they've been drinking or doing whatever is their liberation, whatever, blah, blah, it doesn't always work that way. So as much as we want it to, it doesn't always work that way. And that's not even just at Flesh. That's with in heterosexual environments, men touching on women, or that's just in general. That's just people and humans. So I don't think it's just a issue with Flesh. It's just in general.
I will tell you that it was at a straight white club last time my ass was touched, and I didn't want it to be. Yeah. And that was very interesting to experience because the deepest parts of me wanted to channel my Aaron is my Ace Boon Coon here, and he's an Aries, and I wanted to channel his Aries energy and beat that bitch with a bottle. But I have to realize that now I'm a big ass black dude, and all of a sudden it's gonna be on the Twitter and the Instagram and the 5 o'clock news if I'm beating up some white man because he touched my ass. But those things happen.
The Virgo, you have to think about the after effect. So you
the Virgo and me started Virgoing, and I had to get out of my Aries rising, and then I don't even know if I have an Aries rising, but Aaron has imparted into me that sometimes you got to beat a bitch and ask questions later.
Yeah. He
is literally boxing the. I wish y'all could see Aaron. I really do, but y'all can't. So another question in the comments says, we may not be over sexualized, but we are over fetishized by non-blacks. What do you have to say to Tim?
Oh, I agree. I agree with that. And that's why those type of people I try to stay away. That's why I've never really too much dated outside of my race to do anything, because I feel like we're just a moment thing and something to feed off their sexual high. And then that's it. They go back to feeling the way they feel after they got what they wanted from us. And I've never really been into that. But they're absolutely correct. We are fetishized. I don't want to say everybody, because I do believe that some interracial relationships are just natural, but I do feel like some are out of fetishes.
How do you feel non-black people are accepted at Flesh? Is this a space for them?
Yes, it is, and we've been having quite a few. We've been getting a little some Hispanic, Latino people. We've had some Asians this past weekend. We've had some whites. I believe they are somewhat out of. They feel some way in the beginning, but I believe they warm up because a lot of them have coming back. But I just don't think that they're not experiencing nothing that we haven't experienced in our own life. So I really don't think twice about it.
So, okay. So let's do a little bit of a deep dive before we got to go to our next break. But Flesh, we know that the girls, regardless of what the mission is, the girls coming to have. Correct. They coming to do what they got to do. Not all of them. I don't want to paint it as if everybody just in there fucking, but a percentage of the girls are coming to have, and you got these non-black people running around. Are they the ones? Aren't we just being fetishized by them? Like, isn't that just a perfect example of a cultural problem?
I can't say that. I can't say that because I haven't had an experience with them, or I haven't talked to them, or I don't know who it is as a person. Like, some people are, some are naturally on our side. Some, are there for the experience, and we would love to open it up to to have every race there. I would say in order for me to absolutely know that that's that person's mission, I would have to have a conversation with them and talk to them and know a bit more about them as a person before I can make that determination.
And I'll tell you this, Tim, before we go to our next break. Like, I know you running a business, and a part of you is as altruistic as everybody is. But anytime you write, like, I want everybody to watch my podcast, right? Yeah. As much as I say it's Dear Black Gay Men, I want everybody to watch it. But a part of me just enjoys the fact that it seems as if Flesh is by black people for black people. Correct. And you just kind of get this random Latino guy as a gift with purchase. But I do think that there's power in having spaces, even nude spaces. Yeah. For us. Yeah, because we don't have that. Yeah, for sure. I agree. We don't have a lot of stuff, but that's one thing that we don't have in this conversation. So yeah. I'll give you the last word before we go to our next break. When is the next Flesh, or what can we look forward to from Flesh ATL?
The next Flesh will be our day party. It'll be September 30th.
September 30th in the day. Day party in damn near October?
Day party September 30th from 4 to 8.
Now, Tim, you just got done talking about how you feel like your dick little, and you gonna have a day party damn near October.
Listen,
you might need to get a heating blanket for the girls for that one.
Listen, I'm trying to be in the next stage by then. Okay.
You're gonna be a Super Saiyan nudist by then, huh?
Listen, I'm in a space now. I'm about 85% there, right? So by this day party, it's gonna really test me to see where we at.
Cause it ain't no darkness, it ain't no DJ light, and this is gonna be sunshine.
It's gonna be dark inside. It is gonna be dark inside, but it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be something very different. Like I said earlier, there won't be any. We're not creating a space for sex, so there won't be any dark rooms. It'll literally be just a day party, a new day party. Okay, I can look forward to that. I'm excited for you. Yeah,
Tim, we looking forward to the next one. Let's take our last break. Thank you so much. Let's go to break. We'll be right back.
Over 500 attendees took over P-Town for Men of Color Weekend at our 4th Frolic Weekend this year. To celebrate Year 5, we're going on tour, throwing free social mixers in New York, D.C., Atlanta, and L.A. to party with returning frolickers and spread the word to make 2024 even bigger. You can visit wearefrolic.com/frolic weekend to book your ticket for 2024 and RSVP for our upcoming social mixers.
This is what you call a human gaslight.
I always want my wife to be in a good place.
But Ralph takes it to a whole nother level.
Drew, you're acting right now.
This is the story of how one woman spent years being gaslit on TV. What were the signs, and how can we avoid the psychological manipulation Drew is going through? I want to thank Tim for joining me. Flesh ATL is his Twitter handle. You can follow him on Twitter. You can follow at @B_intimidated to follow him and see his love story because it's beautiful to watch. They are I'm excited about them being happy and in love. It's good. It's good. Black love is revolutionary. So for Aaron, I do not have a script for this next part, so I'm going to wing it. But one thing that I know that I experienced is the other day I was in the gym and the gym was gymming and I looked at myself in the mirror and realized, Jay, you got a fat ass. It's a fatty. And then I got to thinking about Tim. Tim has broad shoulders and big titties. Aaron, my ace boon coon in the show, has thigh meat for days. Some people have their whatever attributes. And then I realized Black men, we are all in the same vein. We are tall where we need to be tall. We are thick where we need to be thick. A lot of us are thin where we need to be thin. And even with shrinkage being real, we have the best of all of those attributes. Things like Flesh, events like Flesh, or some people go to church, or some people go to the park, should be spaces where you are celebrated. Black men on their face and in every way should be celebrated however they come, wherever they go, and deep in a real, authentic way. So, dear Black gay men, I celebrate you. That was our show. I am Jay the Gentleman. That's at JAI the Gentleman on IG and Facebook. If this episode made you feel a little more dope, be sure to subscribe on YouTube. Share this video with someone who needs a dopeness reminder, like it, and make sure that you come back next Thursday for Dear Black Gay Men Live. Dear Black Gay Men podcast is new every Wednesday. You can stream it on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. And then Dear Black Gay Men Live is new on Thursdays. You can follow at Dear Black Gay Men on socials so you never miss a thing. I am Jay the Gentleman. This has been Dear Black Gay Men Live, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.